Welcome to my video on an interactive Python Tkinter project. So in this video, we will write a program for student result card management system using Python Tkinter. Okay, so you can create any folder anywhere inside your computer. So this is my drive D, and here I have created some folders, and now I will select this prog files folder. Okay, and next we have to use VS Code for writing our Python program. Okay, so we will open our VS Code Studio. So here I will click here, and then I will type CMD to open command prompt, and now I have to open VS Code. So here I will type command to open VS Code, that is code space dot, and then I will press enter key from my keyboard, and now you can see that our VS Code is opened. Okay, so this was command to open this VS Code. So it will be used to write our Python tkinter code. So I will close this file. Now I have to create a new file. Okay, so I will explore it, this explorer, and now you can see this is prog files folder, and we have to create a file inside this folder. So I will click here, this is new file. Okay, so we have to give a name to our file, that is result card. Okay, result card. So this is name of our file. Now I have to give extension. Okay, that is py. Now you can see that this is created as a Python file. Okay, I will press enter key. So after it you can see that a file is created. Now I will collapse it, and now I have to write a code. So first of all I have to import tkinter. So here I will type import tkinter as tk. Okay, so in this way we are importing tkinter, and now I have to create a class. So I will use here class keyword, and then you can use any name for your class. I will set result card. Okay, this is my class name. So after it I have to initialize our constructor. So here I have to define constructor, that is defined with hyphen hyphen in it. Okay, or initiate, and then hyphen hyphen, and then I have to pass here two parameters. One is self and other is root. You can use any other name instead of root. This is instance variable, so you can use any name for this variable. Okay, so after it we have to initialize this root. So self dot root, and then I will initialize it with root. Okay, so I have to create an object. So on next line, here or here. Okay, so here I have to create a main window or root main window. So root, and then tk dot tk. Okay, so in this way we are creating our main tkinter user interface window, and then we have to create an object. Then you can use any name for object variable, and then here I will use this result card. Sorry, this should result card. Okay, so result card, and now I will pass as a parameter root, and then I have to access main loop using root dot main loop. So this main loop will handle our events, all events in our program. Okay, I will give a title for my program, that should self dot root dot title, and title is result card management system. So this is a title for our program, and now I have to create a frame inside our main window or root window. So I want to execute it, and we have error. So what is error? Result card takes no arguments. So this is because of this uh, mistake of spelling. This should in it. Okay, so after it I will save it again, and now I will execute my program again. So now you can see that this is our output and this is our root window. Okay, this is our main user interface window, and this is title result card management system. Okay, and now it is empty. Now we have to create a frame inside this main or root user interface window. So now I have to create a frame inside this user interface window, and for this I will use self and any name for variable that can frame. Okay, so you can use any other name instead of frame. Now I have to access tk dot frame. Okay, this is frame widget, and then I have to pass here self dot root. Okay, and after it, because it will be created inside our root window. Okay, and now I will set its size and position by using this self dot frame dot pack. Okay, so after it I will set its position according to x-axis. Okay, so here pad x, so this is padding along with x-axis, so I will set it 10. Okay, and after it I have to set its padding along with y-axis. So here I will use pad y, and then I will set its position, sorry, value 10. Okay, so its padding will 10 with along with x-axis and 10 along with y-axis. Okay, so in this way we have created our frame, and next I have to use some widgets like label widget, entry widget, and button widget. Okay, so first of all I have to define a variable name using self dot marks1. Okay, marks1, and because this is label for our marks of first subject, so here I will use tk dot label. This is our widget or user interface element that will contain parameter self dot frame, because it will be created inside this frame. Okay, so after it I will set its text. So text, I will use text property, and then I will set a value that is English marks. Okay, English marks. So this is a value, a text value of our label. Okay, now I have to set its position by using self dot marks1 dot grid. Okay, so this is layout. We are using grid layout. Now I have to set its position, so I will set it in first row. Okay, so here row is 0, and then first column. Okay, column is also 0. Now we want that this widget should set its position left side, so here I will use sticky property, and then I will give it value w. I mean this is west, so in this way it will try to set its position left side. Okay, so of left side, and in row number 1, column number 1, and then it will try to set its position left side. Okay, so this one label widget is created. Now we have to use another widget, that is entry widget. So here I will use another variable name that will contain value of that entry widget. Okay, so that can self marks 1 in. Okay, because we have to get input, that's why I'm using this in. Okay, and now we will get value by using this tk entry widget. Okay, sorry, not entry index, entry widget, and now I will use here self dot frame, because we have to use it inside our frame. Okay, and next I cannot set its text value. Now I have to set its layout. So here I will use again self marks 1 in. Okay, and now I have to use grid layout. So this is grid, and then I will set its position according to our rows. So here row number is 1. So I am trying to set it in first row and second column. Okay. So here I will use column, and then columns value should 1, because in first column we are using this label widget, and in second column we are using this entry widget. Okay, sorry, I have spelling mistake. So this is entry widget. Okay, so here its position will be in first row and in second column. Okay, so we can execute our program to confirm. So you can see this is our output. Okay, so this is our output. I will increase size. So this is our first row, and this English marks, and this is a label widget. This was set in first row and first column, and then this entry widget is set in first row and second column. Okay, so in next row we will set another label widget, and then this input field or entry widget. Okay, so I will create another widget. So here self dot marks 2. Okay, this is marks 1 and this is marks 2 variable. Okay, so here I will create once again this label widget. So label, and then self dot frame, because we have to use it inside our frame, and then we will set its text value by using text property, and then we will set math marks. Okay, and now on next line we have to set its layout. So here self dot frame, sorry, not frame, marks 2. Okay, so this is marks 2, and now I will use grid layout. So this is grid layout, and now its position will in row 2, because we were setting our marks 1 subject in our first row, and now I have to set second label inside our second row. So here I will use row 1 and then column. Now we have to use first column of second row. Okay, and then sorry, I will use here sticky property again to set its position and left side. Okay, so here I will use sticky and then w. Okay, and next I have to create another entry widget. So here I will use self dot marks to in. Okay, so this in is to remember that we are using this variable to get input from user. Okay, so here I will create again tk dot entry. Okay, this is entry widget, and now I have to set it inside our frame. So here I will use self dot frame, and on next line I will set its position by using grid layout. So here self dot marks to in. Okay, and then I have to use grid layout. So this is our grid layout, and inside grid layout we have to set its position inside row 2. Row 2. So in this way row is 1. Okay, it's mean that we are using second row and second column. Okay, so we are trying to set its position in second row and in second column. Okay, because our label was in second row and first column. Okay, sorry, it should 0. Okay, for first column, and here we are trying to set its position in, sorry, here this is our mistake. I will set it. So this first label or second label is inside our second row and first column. Okay, and then our second entry widget is inside our second row and second column. It should inside second column. Okay, now we will use sticky property to set it in left side. Okay, so here I will use w. Okay, now we have to get one more subject or marks of one more subject. So here we have to use once again a label and then an entry field. So I will copy it because process is same. So I will copy it and then I will paste it on next line here. Okay, now I will replace it with 3, and also I will replace it with 3, and here I will set also 3, and here I will set also 3. Okay, and here we have to get marks for computer. Okay, so computer, this is a label of computer marks, and now we have to get computer marks inside this entry widget. Okay, so this process is completed. Now we have to create a button. So here I will use again self, and then I have to use a name for variable that can button. And now we have to create a button by using tk and button, that is button widget. Okay, and now I have to use it inside our frame. So here I will use self dot frame. Okay, and after it I will set its text value. So here I will use text property and result. Okay, so when we will press this button, it will print our result. Sorry, here I have to use double pair of comma and then I will set its value result. So this button is created, and on next line I have to set its position. So self dot button dot grid, because we have to use grid layout, and then I will set it in a row. Sorry, here I have to change its row also, because this third input field should in row 3. Okay, so it should inside row number 3. So here I will use 2, and then I will use here 2 again. Okay, and here I have to set row number 4. So here I will set 3 and then column 1. I mean first column. Okay, so this is our first column, and then I will use again sticky property, and then I will use w as a value. And next I have to create a list box, okay, which will display our result. So here I will create again a variable self dot list. Okay, and then we will create this widget tk dot list box. So this is our widget, and it will inside our frame self dot frame. And next I can use any background. So here I will use bg property, and then I will set value sky blue. Okay, you can use any other color value, but I am using sky blue. Okay, so next I have to set its position by using self dot list, and then we will use again grid layout, and then we will set its position in our fifth row. Sorry, this was our fourth row. Yes, in fifth row. So here I will use row property, and then I will assign here 4 and then column. So I will set it in first column. So this is first column, and then I will use sticky property, and then I will set here value w. Okay, so this is also created. Now you can see that here we have created 3 labels, one for English marks, second for math marks, and third for computer marks. Okay, and then we are creating here entry or input field, one for to get marks of English, second for marks of math, and third for marks of computer. Okay, and then we have created a button that will contain text value result. Okay, then we have created a list box that will show us our result. Okay, so these were all widgets that we should use, and then I will execute my project to confirm. So here you can see this is our window, sorry, root window or user interface window, and you can see English marks, math marks, computer marks, and then these are three input fields. Then this is a result button, and this is our list box that will display our result. Okay, so we have to increase width of this list box. So here I will set width property. Okay, so its width should 80 characters. Okay, sorry, 80 characters, and its height should 30 lines. Okay, so here height is 30, so width is 80. It means that in one line we can contain 80 characters, and then its height is 30. Then we can contain 30 lines in this list box. Okay, now I will execute it once again. So I will press this run button, and now you can see that there is a big gap between this label and this input field. We have to finish this gap. So here I will use column span property. Okay, here inside our list box we have to use column span instead of column. Okay, and then we will merge 10 columns. Okay, so here I will merge 10 columns, and then I will save it, and now I will execute it again. Okay, now you can see that this is our English marks, and now there is no big distance, okay, among these widgets. And this is our result button, and this is our output or list box. Okay, you can increase it. So we have created our user interface successfully. Now we have to get values, and then we have to perform some functions. So here I will define a function. So first of all, I have to set a command property inside our button. Okay, here I will set command property. Okay, so when we will press this button, okay, then it will call a function that will create it next. Okay, so here I have to set name of function that can any name. So here self, then self dot calculate. Okay, or result. Okay, this is function name self dot result. Now we have to define a function with this name. Okay, so here I will use define keyword to define a function. So function name is result. Okay, and then it will contain a parameter that is self. Okay, so we have passed this self as a parameter, and next I have to get values by using these entry widgets. Okay, so here I have to create a variable. So here I will use English. Okay, so after it I will assign value to this variable. So here I will use self. Then we will use marks 1 to get English marks. Okay, so here self dot marks 1. Okay, then we will use get function. Okay, so in this way we will get marks from first input field, that is including here. Okay, that is our tk dot entry widget. Okay, this is using for English marks. Okay, so when user will insert marks for English by using first entry widget, then we will get those marks, and then we will assign those marks to this English variable. And next I have to get marks for math mth, and then I will use self dot marks 2. Sorry, I have to use here marks 1 in. Okay, because this variable will contain this value of this entry widget. Okay, so here I have to use marks 1 in, and after it I have to use marks 2 in. Okay, and then I will use get function. Okay, and then I have to get marks of third subject. So here I will use com for computer, and then self dot marks 3 in. Okay, and after it I will use again get function, or I will call get function. Okay, so I should say that I will call get function. Okay, and then I have to set a condition that no one entry field is empty. So here I have to use this if that English and math and com. Okay, so they should contain any value. Okay, they should not empty. That's why I am trying to set here condition that English should contain a value, math should contain a value, and computer should contain a value. If all conditions are true, because we are using here three conditions, okay, then we have to convert these marks into integers. So here I will use English int. Okay, this is variable that is declaring here, and I have to convert it by using int function. So here I am calling int function. Then I will assign here as parameter this English variable that contains this marks that is string type. Okay, and now by calling this int function we are trying to convert it into integers, and then we will assign to this English underscore int. Okay, so in the same way we have to convert marks for math. Okay, int, and then I will call again int function, and then I will pass here mth as a parameter, because value of this math variable will be converted into integer, then it will be assigned to math int variable, and then we will use or declare com underscore int variable. Okay, and now I will call again an int function, and now I will pass here com as a parameter to convert its value into integer. Okay, now I have to perform some functions, like we have to uh, get percentage, and then we have to sum or get sum of all these marks. So first I will set maximum marks. Okay, maximum marks. Okay, and then maximum mark should 300, because we are getting marks for three subjects. So here maximum marks are 300. Now we have to calculate total marks that a student will obtain. So here I will create a variable with total name, and then I will uh, calculate total numbers. So here I will use int, and then I will plus it with mth int, and then I will use again plus to sum it with com int. Okay, so this is com int. Now in this way we are trying to calculate total numbers of a student. Okay, so then these total numbers will be assigned to this total variable, and then next I have to get percentage. So here I will create a variable or declare a variable with percent name, and then we have to calculate percentage of total marks or obtained marks. So here I will use total, sorry, and then it will be divided with maximum marks. Okay, and now I will divide, or sorry, multiply it with 100. In this way we will able to calculate percentage. So we should multiply first, sorry, divide first, and then we should multiply with 100. Okay, in this way we are calculating percentage of obtained marks. Okay, and next we have to assign grade to students according to his percentage, and then we have to give him or her our remarks. So here I will use if condition that if percent is greater than equal to 80. Okay, so if percentage is greater than or equal to 80, then we will assign user to grade A. So here I will declare a variable with name grade. Okay, because we have to assign him grade, and then I will use f. This is used for formatted string. Okay, so here we have to use formatted string because this formatted string contains uh, both string and variable value. So here I will use that obtained grade A. Okay, so if percentage is greater than or equal to 80, then students obtained grade A. And next we have to display total marks of students. So here I will declare variable with marks name, and then I will use again F for formatted string, and then I have to display uh, total marks and then obtained marks. So here I will use that obtained obtained marks. Now we have to show obtained marks. So here I will use total, okay, or obtained. What was variable name that contains total marks? Okay, that is total. Okay, so here we have to use total. So total. Okay, so in this way this string will be printed as it is. Then this variable will be used to display its value. Okay, so if it contains 200, then 200 will be displayed. Okay, then we will display that out of maximum marks. Okay, so here I have to use variable that contains maximum marks. So here I have to use maximum marks, and in this way this string will print obtain marks and then obtained marks of student and then out of and then total or maximum marks. Okay, so after it we have to give our remarks. So here I should give my remarks, but first I will show percentage. So I will show percentage here per by using a per variable, and then I will use again this formatted string, and then I will print percentage percentage is, and then I have to display percentage, and I will use curly braces and then name of variable that contains percent. Okay, that is percent, and then I will use percentage sign or symbol. Okay, in this way this message will be printed or string. Percentage is, then total percentage will be displayed, and then this sign will be printed. Okay, then I have to give remarks. So here I will use or create a remark variable. So I will use again formatted string, and then I will give remarks that your performance is excellent. Okay, so this is our remarks for this student. Okay, but if percentage is less than 80 and greater than 70, then we will use to handle this condition L if, then percent. Okay, and then percent is less than 80. Okay, sorry, 80, and percent less greater than equal to 70. Okay, sorry, not 10, 70. Okay, if percentage is greater than or equal to 80, then grade is A, and then we will display percentage, and then our remarks are your performance is excellent. Okay, and if percentage is less than 80 and greater than or equal to 70, then we have to assign grade B. So I will copy this process, and then I will paste it here, and then I have to change this grade. So here I will assign grade B, and then I will change my remarks with very good. Okay, so this is in case percentage is less than 80 and percentage is greater than equal to 70. Okay, now next I have to handle our third condition by using L if that percent or percentage is less than 70 and percent is greater than equal to 60. Okay, then I will paste it again, and now I have to assign C grade. Okay, So I will make distance to make it clear and easy to understand. Okay, so this is first block, this is our first condition, and then it is our second condition, and then it is our last third condition. Now we have to set one more condition. Okay, so here I will make a gap of one line, and then I will use again elif to handle our fourth condition, that if percentage is less than 60, 60, and percent or percentage is greater than equal to 50. Okay, then grade is D. We have to change this excellent with good. Okay, if grade is C, then remarks are good. And next, if percentage is less than 60 and equal to or greater than 50, then we will assign grade D. Okay, I will paste it here. Then I will change grade and remarks. Remarks is poor. Your performance is poor. Okay, and next we have to set our last condition by using elif again, and that is percentage is less than 50, then grade is fail. Okay, so I will paste it here, and then grade is F, and here I will give remarks that you are fail. Okay, you are fail. So this message will be printed if percentage is less than 50. Okay, so all this process is completed. Okay, now we have to print this result inside our list box. Okay, so here I will use list box widget. So here I will call that widget self dot name of widget was list. Okay, so this is list which will be used to, sorry, not button, its name is list. Okay, so it will display or print our result, that is grade A, percentage of student, obtained marks out of total marks, and then our remarks. Okay, and then self dot list, and then dot insert. Okay, now we have to insert, and where we have to insert, we have to insert after our existing line. Okay, so here I will use tk dot end. Okay, so it will check our existing line, and then after that line it will insert this value. So what is value? That is grade, because we have to print grade first. Okay, now I will copy it. Okay, so I will copy it, and then I will paste it. Now I will paste it here, and now I will change name of variable, because now we have to print uh, percentage. Okay, so here I will use percentage, and now I will paste it next again, and now I will replace grade with marks. Okay, and now I will paste it once again. Okay, now I will paste here, sorry, replace it with remarks. Remark. Okay, it should remarks, and I will change it also. It should remarks, not remark. Okay, so now in this way we are pushing these strings inside our list box. Okay, now I will copy all this process, and then I will paste it inside other if block. So I will paste it here, and now I will paste it inside next elif block, and now I will paste it inside our next elif block, and now I will paste it once again. Okay, so in this way we will able to print our result. Okay, next, we have to print an error message if any input field is empty. Okay, so to print this error message box, we have to use else. Okay, so this else will out of this if body. Okay, it will inside this result function, but it should out of this if condition or body of this if condition. Okay, so here I will use this else. Okay, so this is else, and then we have to call a message box. So first of all we have to import that message box. So here I will import it. So from I will use from tkinter import message box. Okay, so in this way we are trying to import message box from tkinter. So now we can use this message box to display an error. So here I will use tk dot message box, then we have to show error. So here we will use show error. Now we have to set a title for this message box, that is error message. Okay, then we have to uh, display our error. So we will print a string that is fill all input fields. Okay, so this error will be displayed, and this is title for our error message box. Okay, now I will save it, and now I want to execute my program, and now you can see this is our output. Okay, I want to increase size of this widget, sorry, window. Now I will enter English marks. So here I will enter 80, and then I will enter 50, and now I will enter 40. Okay, now I want to print result, so I will click on this result button. Now you can see that obtained grade is D, percentage is 56.666%, and then obtained marks 170 out of 300. Okay, but one string is missing, that is our remarks. Okay, so we can see that what is problem. Yes, this is a spelling mistake. We have to use here s, and we have to use s here also, and then we have to use s here also, because we have replaced remark with remarks. Okay, so now it should uh, display our remarks also. So we will save it again, and now I will execute it again, and now I will enter marks. So here I will enter 70, 80, and then 60. Okay, so I want to print result, so I will press this result button. Now you can see that obtained grade is B, percentage is 70%, obtained marks 210 out of 300. Your performance is very good. So now you can see that our remarks are also printing. Okay, now you can see that our input still exists. It should remove. Okay, so we will create another function. Okay, so I will close it, and then I have to create or define a function. So I will define here with define keyword, and then function name should cl or clear. You can use any name. Okay, then I will pass self as a parameter, and this cl function will be used to clear all inputs. Okay, so here I have to use self dot marks one in. Okay, because this contains our marks of first entry widget. Okay, marks one in, and then we will call delete function, and we will delete it from first character to end. Okay, tk dot sorry tk dot end, sorry, end. Okay, so it will delete all characters of our first entry widget. Okay, now I will copy it to save our time. So I will copy it, then I will paste it once again, and now I will paste it once again. Now I have to uh, replace marks 1 with marks 2. Okay, marks 2, and then this marks 1 with marks 3. Okay, in this way all three input fields will be cleared when we will press or click our result button. So we have to call this function inside our this if condition. Okay, so this if condition that is used to check that all input fields are filled. Okay, so inside this if condition, we have to call this function that is cl. Okay, so here I will use self dot cl. Okay, so this function is called inside our first or outer if condition. Okay, so I will save it and now I will execute it, and now you can see this is our output. Now we have to enter marks for English, so I will enter 90, 60, and then 30. Okay, when I will click this result button, now you can see that these input fields are also cleared. Okay, now you can see this is our result, obtained grade C, and percentage is 60%, and then total obtained marks are 180 out of 300, and performance is good. Okay, so what will happen when we will try to leave one input empty? Okay, so here I will enter 90 and then 20. Now I will leave this last input field empty, and then I will click this result button, and now we have error. So we can see that what is error. Did you mean message box? Yes, here we have spelling mistake. It should message box. Okay, tk dot message box dot show error. So this was our spelling mistake, and now we will execute it once again. Now I will leave one input empty. Okay, or two input fields empty. Now I will click this result button. Now you can see this is our error message, fill all input fields. Okay, now I will click it, and now I have to fill all fields. Okay, now I will enter 40 for math, and then I will enter 20 for computer marks. Then I will click here, and now you can see grade is F, the percentage is 30, and total marks are 90 out of 300, and you are fail. Okay, so this was all about that how to create student result card management system using Python Tkinter. I hope this video will be very helpful and easy to understand for you. If you like this video, please share with your friends and class fellows. And still you have not subscribed our YouTube channel, please subscribe our YouTube channel right now. Thank you.